Hello and welcome to my demonstration upon trapezoidal profile creation and flower development in Copra. So first of all, I have already created a project over here in the CAD Finder. I'm now going to switch to Profile, and in the Profile tab I have the possibility for section design. In section design, if you're not familiar with it, you can see where classically we have been able to create straight elements, arc elements left and right, and so on. But primarily today I'm going to be using the trapeze function. Now this function can be used for any profile which has geometrical shape consisting of 4 sides, which 2 sides are parallel to each other and the other 2 are non-parallel. So we can specify some parameters. So let us draw a trapezoidal profile. So let us go for a 30 by 20 for lip size, B and C. Let's go with an internal radius in R1 of 3 and R4. Actually, let's make this one 3. The height left will make 25, the height right 25. Angle 1 here, let's make that 45 and 45. And then it asks us for the number. Let us make 4. Okay, so we'll have 4 of these, as we can see here. And then we can hit OK in section. Now we can specify a plane of unfolding. So let us take this position here. I'm going to go with the entity center and scroll in and pick the center point of entity 17. The plane of unfolding is correct, and of course we can split this profile symmetrically. So now you can see our trapezoidal profile. I'm just going to create an archive now and call it Profile. So should we wish, we can return to this point in the design at any time. Over here we can see we have our CSP save button and our profile strip width. This is taken from a standard template of a 0.44 bending factor, and then here you can see we have 1mm material thickness. So now we can switch to the flower tab. So here you can see we have our finished profile. Let us do some unfolding. So in here under this tab we have the automatic unfolding sequence. So if we pick this icon here, we're then asked to pick the bend or the straight for unfolding. So in our example, this will be element number 2. So I can pick the point in here. We are then asked to select a bending sequence. So I go in here via the dialog, and we don't have a bending sequence for this angle. So we click OK, and then here as part of the M2 module you have the bending sequence trapeze possibility. So now we can click Create. So we're asked how many steps do we want to unfold in. Okay, so let us go for 6, and the initial area, let us call this 2, and the final area also 2. The method we use, we want to take the neutral line. Now you'll see here over on the left hand side the curve of the edge of arc. which essentially we can manipulate this by changing these figures. Now, for example, if I change the distance between stands to say 500, we'll see the arc will of course remain the same, but the distance between stations has changed. Now we have the possibility to round our angles. We can decide to round the angles to 1 degree. And here we should now see our start angle is 225 with an angular sum of 45, and here we will have a 1, 4, 6, 8, 9 and 17. We can confirm this now by clicking OK. We can add a comment, so let's call it demonstration. Trapeze 1. This is then recorded, and you'll see the name and the angles we have selected listed here for future usage. If I click on OK, I can then use the apply and modify function to select the bends I wish to unfold. So now I can pick entity number 4, which is the next bend, 6, 8 and 10. If I click OK to accept this, and yes, the strip width is specified by me, you can see our bend sequence applied here, and then we can click OK. Now if we go to our flower design, and in here we can hit go or execute the commands. You'll see I actually picked one too many entities. So I actually began, if we review this here, to unfold station 6 entity 10 by mistake. I can now go here and right click and delete the unfold data. And now you can see, if I save this, our CSP file has been corrected. Of course, I can browse through the flower to see this unfolding. So now I have to unfold still entities 10, 12, 14 and 16. So again, I can go here to flower design, automatic unfolding, and then pick the entity we wish to unfold is entity 10. You'll see the bending sequence remains from previously, and now I select the entities I want to unfold. So if we deselect all of those, you can see our remaining angles here where we have selected entity 10 already, so it's entity 12, 14 and 16. If we hit OK, yes, the strip width is specified by the user, OK, and now OK again. Now in here I return to flower design and hit go. Now you'll see spreadsheet is populated with the subsequent forming stations, and there you can see our flower pattern. So again, I can archive this, save and call that flower 1. Naturally, I can now take a look at this flower. So if I right click here and go to station attributes, this will be my entry guide, and right click here and edit. I want to use this distance for all stations, and let's say we have a large machine and the centres are 500 millimeters. Hit OK, OK here. I can now switch to 3D mode, highlight my flower here, create a little bit more drawing space, and now go to a realistic view. Here you can see my trapezoidal forming sequence. I'm happy with what I see here, so now I can return to 2D wireframe and 2D mode, deactivate the flower, one final review, and that's it. I'm now ready to start my roll design. So again, thank you for watching. Hopefully it's been of interest to you and you can follow the procedure yourself. Of course, if not, please get in touch at datam@datam.de and we can provide a live demonstration of this facility. Thank you for your time.